That'll teach you.
You made a fool of me last night.
Oh, come on, Yvonne, now relax.
I'm not a child, you know.
Yes, you are. You're sweet 16 now. Why do you want to go spoiling that?
How many people have you killed?
2 on last count.
And all I was going to do was get laid. Pretty pathetic compared to what you did.
Get laid? Well, it's just as well I did come in then, isn't it?
Hypocrite.
Look, any of your friends say anything about me?
Nobody recognised you, if that's what you mean. Pity they didn't, really. Teach you to mind your own business.
Oh, you are in a bad mood, aren't you?
Yeah.
Look, I'm only trying to help, honest.
Who needs you?
I'll come back later when you're not feeling quite so sour.
Bloody interfering on. I'll fix her. Hello? I want the police.
Now listen, you little turd.
Oh, really, Monica? How can you be so crude?
Yeah, well, the next time you decide to go into business for yourself, I want to know about it.
Well, it's hardly a business. I don't expect payment for something that's meant to be a treat for the women.
Yeah, well, I got the idea to make the stuff in the first place.
Well, you left some of the women out.
Because they couldn't afford to pay. And I thought you were supposed to be a businesswoman.
It is not a business.
It is now, and I'm taking over.
Oh, no, you're not.
Want a bet? What Molly Ferguson wants she gets.
No, she doesn't.
We'll see about that.
Rotten mongrels venom pinched all our mixture for our birthday cake.
Oh, dear.
That's justice for you.
You big fat ox. I bet it was you who ate it all.
Never touched it. If you had anything to do with it, it was probably poisoned.
That's enough. Don't take all day, you two.
No.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, my head hurts.
Nothing that a cold shower won't fix, Doreen.
And it was that rotten gal Burke who pinched it.
When did you last see it?
Oh, last night.
Well, it couldn't have been her because I saw her taken off to the hospital block.
Well, what's the matter with her?
Oh, I don't know. I assumed she was ill.
Oh, yeah, and I bet I know what from, the rotten thing. Yeah, she probably drank a lot. Serve her bloody right.
You know, if she has overindulged, Dr. Miller will put 2 and 2 together and come up with the alcoholic poisoning.
Crikey, so what?
I'll use your head, Birdsworth. If she was on the plonk and the screws discovered, they'd have turned this place upside down till they found it.
Do you think the screws have pinched it?
We're gonna cop it now.
Lucky I wasn't in on it. If I had been, you wouldn't have been caught, would you?
Oh, you look great.
Thanks. I feel like it's my first day at school.
Well, you got a clean hanky?
All right, Karen, sign out. There you are, Lynn.
Thanks, Miss Jackson.
This is to cover your transport costs, there and back. I want you here no later than 5.
Right, Mrs. Jackson.
Well, what are you waiting for? That's all there is.
I don't want you two leaving just yet. See that she gets to Dr. Miller.
Only get used lot one day. Just you wait.
How did you get on?
We found a plastic bin in the storeroom, but that seems to be the lot.
What do you know about alcohol being made in here? You must know who's responsible. Very well. You can both wait in the recreation room. No one is leaving here till we find out who is responsible. I shall want to see everyone who had access to the kitchen. Vera, will you be all right working here today?
Of course.
What happened? The police shot Nolan Burke's brother. He's dead. Vera managed to get the woman he was holding out of the house. You know, Meg, I don't think I would have had the presence of mind to do what Vera did today.
I don't know why I bother. It'd be different if she was my kid, but who is she? I don't even know her. Oh, God, I must be going soft in the head.
That's the first thing you've said that made any sense.
I just wanted to straighten her out. It's just that she reminds me of my
Debbie. Yes, I know. You've told me and told me. B. Smith, you're a bloody fool. The more you stick your nose into her business, the more you're likely to get into trouble.
Oh, all right, I know.
Well, it's my neck too if you're caught here, and don't you forget it.
How am I going to forget it with you reminding me every second of the day?
Damn, now look what you've made me do.
Hi.
Oh, great. That's just what I need. Haven't you ever heard of knocking?
You taking another day off school?
Just thought I'd hang around for a bit, that's all.
What for? Look, Yvonne, you've got to get it through your thick head that we're not the kind of people you should be looking up to.
Speak for yourself.
Shut up. You know what I mean, now, don't you?
Sure.
Look, I know how easy it is to get mixed up in the wrong sort of crowd. You've got to learn to be more choosy.
Jeez, let me get out of here.
Anyhow, I'm not going to tell you what to do anymore. That's between you and your parents. Okay?
Okay.
B, the cops, they're everywhere outside. God, get out of here. You'll never make it. What's going to happen to me?
You must have realised that harbouring a criminal is a very serious offence, especially with your record.
But I've been straight for years.
Oh, you stupid cow. Tell them the truth, why don't you? I only got here this morning. I came to ask a friend for a handout, but she wouldn't cough up. Always was a tight-fisted bitch.
When did she arrive, Miss Richardson?
This morning.
We started yelling at each other. I reckon that's when the kid called you lot. Must have heard us.
I told her to get out as soon as she arrived. I didn't want any trouble, I swear.
Where have you been putting up since you broke out of hospital?
None of your damn business. But I've got friends, don't worry. A pity she's not one of them.
Did you notice this woman staying here before this morning? Well?
She just came this morning.
OK, let's go.
Regular little snitch, aren't you, kid?
We'll get your statements later. And thank you, Miss Harewood.
Oh, thanks. Well, of course, it's pretty much the truth. I didn't want her to stay here, but, well, I had to put her up. You know what Bee's like. She can be pretty tough.
I can always change my story. Just remember that.
Take this, it'll help you sleep.
I don't want your pills.
You've had a shock. You'll need rest.
What would you know?
Suit yourself. Get her out of here, please.
How is she?
Vicious.
Her brother died this morning.
Yes, I know. And why is it they always blame everyone except themselves or the person truly responsible? The whole world's out to get them.
Well, it probably is sometimes.
Do you always see two sides of everything?
No, it's just easier to when it doesn't affect me outright.
What's the story on the alcohol? The way that woman came in here last night, you wondered she had alcoholic poisoning.
Well, we found it. Home brew.
How on earth did they manage that?
Well, Mrs. Davidson gave them permission to do some gourmet cooking. And gourmet wasn't all they cooked.
Oh, dear. I really shouldn't laugh. I mean, it's not funny, is it?
No, Erica doesn't think so either. As a matter of fact, she's put a stop to Karen going to university till it's cleared up.
Karen wouldn't have had anything to do with it?
I doubt it. Yeah, you must be pleased to change in her.
Yes, well, at least she's doing something constructive.
She had a lot of help from you.
Wonder if I'd have been as helpful if I hadn't known her before.
Does it matter?
It's all in the past.
Great way to start at uni.
Oh, listen, you've still got plenty of time.
Yeah, if we're allowed out at all.
Hey, Warner. Lucky they didn't find out about the first batch, huh?
Oh, you made me bring in that yeast.
Oh, don't worry, love. I won't lag on you. But you'll owe me one.
Quiet.
You know why you're here, so I won't waste my time explaining. I want to know the woman or women responsible for making that alcohol.
Birdsworth, what do you know about it?
Oh, me, Miss Bennett?
You'd be about the only one who knows how to make the stuff.
Oh, I haven't touched the stuff since my old ticker started playing up. I mean, a drop of that and it'd kill you.
Very well. If no one will own up, I can only assume you are all guilty. The work release program will be stopped as of now, and all privileges are suspended.
Mrs. Davidson, I can't allow innocent girls to suffer for something that I've done. I made it myself. Nobody else was involved.
I'll see you in my office.
Just like you, Birdsworth, isn't it? Letting someone else take the blame. Now get back to work, all of you.
Oh, come on, Lizzie. Don't take any notice of her.
That Claire is a real brave woman.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
You nervous?
Can't you tell?
First out's always the worst. You keep thinking everyone's looking at you.
Right, branded for life.
Oh, in a way, to some people, I guess.
Oh, good morning.
Oh, hi, Mr. Wilson.
Hello, Len.
Hi.
You're late leaving. I was beginning to think you'd changed your mind.
It was almost changed for me.
Sorry?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'd better go. Bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I told you I'd give you a lift to uni, so what better time than your first day? And my business here shouldn't take more than a few minutes.
Would you mind if I said no?
Why?
Well, this is something I feel I'd like to do on my own.
Look, Karen, I'm only offering you a lift. I'm not going to stand behind you and watch you check in.
Yes, I know that. And this probably sounds ridiculous, but I'd like to catch a tram by myself and walk to uni by myself. It's important.
Uh-huh. Makes sense.
Thanks for the offer.
Well, there's no problem. I wasn't making a special trip. I did have a client to see out there anyway.
Bye.
I'm afraid you'll have to take my word for it. It was my idea and I carried it out myself.
Didn't you for one moment stop to think of the dangers?
Dangers? Oh, no, there were no dangers. I used a recipe from a very reliable source.
No doubt from Lizzie Birdsworth.
Well, actually, it was an old family recipe.
I was referring to the effect of alcohol on the women. There's been a great deal of tension amongst them recently over who's going to take over B. Smith's place. Getting them drunk in a situation like that could quite easily have ended in disaster.
But that's exactly why I did it. I wanted to keep their minds from it, to relax the tensions.
Nolene Burke was needed last night on a very urgent matter. We found her totally inebriated and wasted a great deal of time trying to get some sense out of her. If we'd been able to get there earlier, the situation might have been different, and the life of one of my officers may not have been placed in danger.
I'm terribly sorry. Well, it was a special occasion after all.
You not only broke the regulations, you abused a privilege I gave you. Come in. I have no alternative but to confine you to solitary.
Well, I think that's fair. Under the circumstances.
Miss Bennett. Yes, Meg.
B. Smith's been brought back in.
Yes, I had a call from the police.
Will I put it back in the dormitory?
It's probably wise. Maybe now things will get back to normal. Whatever that is.
Looking for the School of Humanities.
Which department?
Sociology?
Sure. Let's see. You know, I've been here over a year and I still get lost. Okay. You go through the Union Building, then past Law. And it's the Inhuman block on the left.
Right. Thanks.
You know, I reckon I did all right. It was nice to see some of my old mates from inside. I reckon it's a pity some of you screws don't drop in on them every now and then. They're almost like normal people on the outside. Oh, that's against the rules, isn't it?
Oh, Bea!
Doreen!
choking me.
Oh, geez, we missed you. Oh, wait till I tell you what's been happening.
Yeah, I got a few choice bits to tell you, too.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, g'day, Vera. You might be interested in hearing my stories, too. We met a couple of terrific blokes on the outside. Oh, boy, did we have a ball.
Will you stop that, Bea, and hurry up? Bea, I was just wondering if you'd like to come over for dinner one night.
That'd be nice. When?
Well, tonight, if you like.
I didn't mean to be pushy.
No, I'd enjoy the company.
Listen now, how's Molly?
Well, I reckon she's a real lady. Something I might have been if I hadn't been born in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, will you give it a rest for a couple of seconds? Oh, she's an idiot owning up like that. Who's she trying to impress? Apart from a few morons around here.
Who are you calling a moron, you big alarm?
You little alcoholic bird brain.
Hey, I just saw Bea. She's back.
Oh, I never thought they'd catch her.
Yeah, I'm glad she's back, but hey, Monty.
What?
Oh, well, I thought you and Bea being friends, well, with you two on side, Nolan had stopped causing trouble.
Yeah, and we could all get back the way it used to be.
Yeah, well, she's not coming back here thinking everything's going the way she wants it. No way.
Oh, God. Steady on, Doc. It's worse than being stabbed in the first place.
It's your own fault, Bea. These stitches should have been taken out days ago. The skin's grown over them.
Yeah, well, it was worth it. Oh! Ow, I think. Yeah, the doc that treated me in the hospital had gentler hands than you.
He's probably too terrified to touch you.
Ow!
Right, that's the lot.
Oh, about bloody time. Oh, God, it doesn't look any better without the stitches. Hey, Mr. Jackson, what do you reckon?
I'm not really interested in your scar, Bea.
No, seriously, as woman to woman, you reckon that's going to spoil the body beautiful?
I think your bikini days are over.
Yeah. Well, a bikini's not going to do me much good in here, anyhow. Yeah, it's not that I'm glad to be back or anything. But I must say it's going to be nice not to have to sleep with one eye open all the time. Ta.
Oh, damn, you were back.
Had to pay my respects to a few people first.
What'd I tell you? Doesn't she look great?
You've been living it up, have you?
Oh, have I got some stories to tell you. Talk about nights of 1,000 joys.
Good to see you back, Bea.
Right. How's it going, Monty? Hello, Bea. You've put on weight, you great clodhopper.
Yeah, well, you're not doing too bad yourself. Didn't Dr. Miller tell you to rest?
I don't need no more.
Right. Back to work, please, everybody.
Yeah, I've only gone a few days and the place is falling apart. Thought you had it in you, Monty.
Yeah, well, things were going okay till she started spreading her wings.
Someone ought to shut that big trap of yours for good, Ferguson.
Nolan and I know each other real well, don't we? Never was the type to stand up to anyone face to face. Always sneaking around behind other people's backs. Just like a rat in a sewer.
You haven't got what it takes, Burke.
You were just standing in for me, Monty.
Maybe you were gone too long.
Fire the electron blast motors for more drift acceleration.
I'm giving her the limit.
Punch in fusion mass.
Hey, Warner.
Try anything.
Thought you could do me a bit of a favour.
No way. Oh, look, can't you leave me alone?
She's not doing anything for you, Monty. And nothing's going to happen to stop the work release.
What do you care? It doesn't affect you.
You know your problem. You use your brawn instead of your brain. That's why you haven't been doing so good.
Bea, when did you get back?
Hello, Prof. How's it going?
Fine, thanks.
Right. Who's for a game of poker? One cigarette for openers.
I haven't got any.
Oh. Okay, highest card deals. There you go. Oh, what do you know? Here's his deal. And don't cheat.
Oh, I wouldn't cheat.
Oh, pull the other one.
So, how'd it go?
Fine, but I haven't had to concentrate that hard in ages.
Did anyone ask you where you were from?
No, but one of the girls asked me out for coffee after classes. I had to make up an excuse about having to go home.
Oh, I know. That's the worst part, having to make up lies all the time.
I saw that, you little turd. You dealt me from the bottom of the pack.
Are you calling me a cheat?
Too bloody right.
Come on, do you want to play or not?
Oh, you can stick it, the lot of you.
Oh, God, I don't think I'll get any study done in here. You all right? Nolene?
Leave me alone.
Just wanted to know if you were feeling better.
They murdered me brother.
What?
Pig shotty. Didn't give him a chance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't need you to feel sorry for me.
That bloody Lizzie, she's got... Oh, and what are you doing in here?
It's my room.
Get off my bed. Of all the women inside, I have to end up with a gutter rat. What do I do with those flaming cigarettes? And you, keep out of my way, you hear?
You know what you can do, Smith?
If you two can't be quiet, will you go somewhere else?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Prof wants to study. Can't argue with higher education.
It's a whole lot of bull.
Yeah, well, look who's talking. You couldn't think your way out of a paper bag.
Shut up!
Erica told me about Nolene's brother. That must have been very pleasant for you.
Reflex action, I think.
I think you were very brave.
Well,
Thank you.
your flat's very comfortable.
Feels a bit empty with Jean gone.
Thank you for asking me over, Meg. Do you like living alone?
It's hardly my choice, Vera.
Sorry, I didn't mean that the way that it sounded.
I know. No, of course I don't like it. Especially having had Bill and Marty around for so long.
Must have been a hard adjustment to make.
Still gets at me now and then.
I know what you mean.
Couldn't have been very easy for you when your mother died.
The only thing I missed was not having her at me all the time. It's a lovely thing to say about your own mother, isn't it?
Oh, could I top up that wine?
You know, you're lucky, Meg. You get on with everyone.
I still come home to an empty house.
But you make friends easily.
Sometimes.
I don't.
Vera, if you just relaxed a little, gave people a chance.
It's all right for you. You're not the deputy governor. I can't afford to be weak.
I'll just check the dinner.
Oh, Meg, I miss him so much. I never knew what it'd be like to miss someone.
George?
I keep waiting for the phone to ring, or that he'll just arrive. I know I'll never see him again, but I keep waiting. I had a man who really cared for me.
I know it's hard to accept now. But there'll be someone else.
Do you think you'll find someone else?
You gonna sit there all day, Travers? Smith, Burke, on your feet.
Mrs. Jackson.
Wake up, Burke.
Good heavens.
No doubt this is some of your handiwork. Or did it take both of you?
Must have fallen out of bed, Vera.
Will you women get out of here? What happened, Travers?
Must have slept through it, Miss Bennett.
Well, I think the governor will be very interested in this. Will you be okay to get her to the doctor?
Yes, I can manage.
You've been in here less than a day, and already you're causing trouble.
I woke up with a fist in my face. It was self-defense. Well, doesn't that count?
I'm well aware that during your absence, certain of the women have been vying for your position. Is that still going on?
Don't worry, Mrs. Davison. That's all been sorted out. No sweat. I've got things under control.
The governor and the officers run this prison, not you or any of the other inmates, Smith.
Whatever you say, Vera.
I will not tolerate that sort of insolence. Did you have a hand in this, Travers?
No.
Because it would be a simple enough matter to cancel your study release.
Oh, now, fair go, Mrs. Davison. She didn't have anything to do with it. This is between me and Burke, and it's finished.
It had better be. Now go and see Dr. Miller. You may go.
You don't trust Smith, do you?
Perhaps if we move some of the women around.
Well, Nolene Burke ought to be locked away on her own.
Yes, I agree. What about Doreen and Izzy?
Troublemakers.
Oh, they're easily led more than anything. Perhaps if we moved in someone who would be of a relatively good influence. Lynn Warner?
Oh, she's been in a single cell long enough.
Yes.
I'm just lying there, dead to the world. She starts laying into me. No reason.
I'm going to want you to spend a couple of days in hospital.
Yeah. Keep me away from that killer.
Take her through, would you, sister?
Yes, Doctor.
Smith will get hers, you wait and see. If I don't get her, Ferguson will get her for me.
I'm sick to death of patching up these women after beatings. Are they mad or something, or is it just me?
It's not just you.
You know the ones who are into this sort of thing. Can't you keep an eye on them?
We can't watch them 24 hours a day.
All right, but just the ones who need it.
Look, I'm not arguing with you, Greg. I agree with you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not lashing out at you.
Not easy for you working here, is it?
Get used to anything, I suppose.
Even seeing the nice side of some of the women?
Ah, well, some of them aren't too bad.
Hey, Clara.
Doreen, how nice of you to visit me.
Yeah, but I can't stay long, because if I'm caught, I'll be in for it.
Oh, we can't have that happening, can we?
No, because we're already in trouble. You see, Bee's gone and bashed up old mutton chops, and Monty's just itching to have a go at Bee. And, you know, knowing them, well, they want us to help out. You know, pick sides. Well, we're just real scared, Clara, and you've got to help.
Well, what possible help can I be from here?
Oh, yeah. Well, what do you reckon we should do?
Have you tried talking to them? That might stop them.
Oh, yeah, but that'd be just like stopping two charging bulls.
I can see a problem. Well, you don't get involved. That's the important thing. You let Monica and Bee settle it between themselves.
Oh, it's not going to be easy.
I'm sure you can do it if you try.
Okay. We'll give it a whirl. She reckons we've got to stay out of it. Well, how do we do that? By sticking together. Well, they can't bash us all up together, can they? Spread the word.
Thought you'd be in the pound.
No, sorry to spoil your day. Doc just fixed me up. Thanks for keeping this warm for me. Shove off, Monty.
What if I don't? You gotta wait for some dark night to bash me up like you did Bert?
That's not my style, and you know it. You've got nothing to worry about as long as you remember I'm back.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking.
That must have been a strain.
Things went pretty well when you weren't here.
Not the way I heard it. Getting rich quick, wasn't it? making a killing out of Lizzie's first lot of booze. I reckon you ought to split your take with Lizzie.
Yeah, that's what I reckon too.
Oh, shut up, Lizzie.
All right, maybe we ought to let everybody make up their own minds. Okay? Who's it gonna be? I looked after you all right, didn't I?
Looks like they've already decided. Get her out of my road, will you, girls? Doreen, Lizzie.
We don't want any trouble, Bee.
Looks like you're on your own, Smith.
Doesn't worry me a bit.
Ferguson!
You great bloody sport! Get me! Oh, shut up! Get off! Ferguson, stop! Ferguson!
Oh, look.
Is she okay, Doc? Here, put this under her head.
Unroll it, will you?
Oh.
How is she?
Still unconscious.
How did it happen?
It was an accident.
Accident.
Well, Mrs. Jackson got in the road.
You will both come with me.
The rest of you get to the recreation room. Can I do anything?
Meg? Meg? Meg?
Mrs. Jackson has been hurt because you two stupid women can't act like decent human beings. Well, this time, no more warnings. I shall be putting this in my report to the parole board.
But I'm due out in a couple of weeks.
Not with this in your report. You'll be serving your full term. There's nothing much I can do to punish you, is there, Smith? However, I shall be bringing this before the VJ. No doubt you'll find yourself in solitary for some considerable time. Now get back into the laundry and clean up that mess.
She'll be all right, won't she, Doc?
Luckily, yes.
I'll see you two later.
How did we ever end up like this, Bee?
Because you were to play Napoleon.
Yeah. We just thought I could handle authority, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, if I had a fair
Oh,
go...
shut up.
Look, I'll be all right.
You are not all right, and you'll stay here until I say you are all right.
Oh, it's just a bump on the head. Now, don't be ridiculous, Greg. A couple of aspirins and I'll be fine.
You were unconscious for at least 5 minutes. Now you'll lay there quietly until I see if there's any sign of concussion.
Will you need me for anything?
No, thanks, Vera.
It was all my own fault, Vera. I tried to break it up. I just got in the way. They didn't do it deliberately.
That was stupid. Why didn't you call another officer?
Reflex action.
I'll check in on you later.
What was that about?
Well, Vera was saying the other day when she got that woman away from the gunman, it was just a reflex action. I just don't make as good a heroine as she does.
Do you know, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Vera laugh.
Ah, she's not so bad. She just needs people. I guess we all do.
Hello.
Steve!
You know, this is a difficult place to try and find someone.
Did you have a client to visit out this way?
No, not really. I hope you don't think I've been checking up on you. I have no intention of appearing every time you turn around.
Oh, that's all right. I wasn't thinking that.
Good. It's just I didn't have any appointments today, and I thought I might buy you some lunch. But I see you started without me.
Oh, here.
No, that's not quite what I had in mind.
I'm not supposed to leave the campus anyway.
All right. Well, can we walk?
Yeah, sure. I'd like that.
You know, this used to be my university, too. It's got a good feel about it.
Yes.
You must be pleased. I mean, the change in Karen.
At least she's doing something constructive.
She had a lot of help from you.
I wonder if I'd have been so helpful if I hadn't known her before.
Does it matter?
Anyway, that's all in the past. Do you always see two sides of everything?
No. It just makes it easier when it doesn't affect me outright.
You know, Greg and I used to do this when we were together at uni. Just walk and talk.
Why didn't you marry him?
I met Wayne. I don't know whether I was ever really in love with Greg. Oh, I loved him, but there's a difference. So when Wayne came along, it just happened. And there were other things, too. I wanted to get married, have a family. And Greg couldn't have done that for another 3 years. He was still studying at uni. Oh, gosh, I haven't talked about any of this since, well,
Yes. Well, I did find out a lot about you when I was defending you.
I didn't make things too easy for you, did I? Steve, what's the time?
5 to 2.
I've got another class in 5 minutes. I better be getting back. Listen, thanks for coming round.
Look, Karen. I seem to have become just a little more involved with you than I ever thought I would. You see, I don't know. I feel as if I just lost another important case.
I don't know what to say.
First time that a barrister has become involved emotionally with his client.
Even though she's still in prison?
That doesn't alter the way a person feels.
How would Miss DeVere feel about all this?
Miss DeVere and I are just good friends, and anyway, I don't answer to her or to anybody else.
I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't mean that. It's just that I don't want to get involved.
After one bad experience, huh?
No, because of everything. Look, I can't even think about any of this until I'm able to start a new life. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I've got to go.
Raise you 2. Oh, how many did you buy? 4. All right, I'll see you 2 and raise you 2. I'm out. Oh,
Hey, Doreen. Can't be much fun playing with 2.
we don't mind.
Guess what? I've been moved in with you.
Yeah, we know. There's been a big shake-up since Mrs. Jackson got hurt.
Have you heard if she's all right?
No. You want a game, Linny? We need a third.
Oh, but I've never played.
I will soon teach you.
Next time, stay away from women like Birdsworth, unless you like being used.
Well, I'm sure that Lizzie wouldn't do anything out of malice, Miss Bennett.
Have you heard if Miss Jackson's okay, Miss Bennett?
Better ask your friends, Warner.
Oh, come on, Miss Bennett. We had nothing to do with it.
You're as bad as the ones directly responsible, Anderson. Smith, Ferguson, I've got a few jobs lined up for you 2.
Bitch.
At least she could have told us about Mrs. Jackson.
Would you like to have a game of poker, Clara?
Well, I'll have a try.
You'd never dream those rings were paste, would you, Clara?
You can deal the cards, Clara.
Oh, I think I've done my back in.
What have you been doing?
Scrubbing out the showers. Oh, little job Vera thought up for me. Still, at least I did better than Monty. She copped the lose.
Couldn't you and Monty have settled this some other way?
Oh, no, there are some people you just can't talk to. She's so used to bashing her husband, it's all she knows.
Bea?
Oh, yeah?
Do you think anyone ever starts a new life once they get out of here?
I'd be the wrong person to ask that.
Guess no one ever lets you forget it either.
So I reckon that also depends on you. I mean, if you're going to walk around feeling guilty all the time, people are going to think you are. Mum seems to be doing all right. Now, better not let this get around or else, but I spent a few days with Mum when I was on the outside. I know I could have got her into strife. That's not what I wanted to say. She's got herself pretty well set up. And if she can do that after being inside for 12 years, you certainly can.
There we are. It's only soup, but the way I make it, it's nourishing enough to last you a week.
You're making me feel like an invalid. I can still manage to cook.
Try it.
It's good. Man of many talents.
Oh, that was my staple diet at university. It had to be.
Look, I still am a bit shaken up, I think.
It's delayed shock.
Just brought back memories, that's all. Brought everything back. I accepted Bill's death. But the hardest thing was to accept a life without him.
Do you think you'd ever allow yourself to get involved again?
Funny, I was just talking about that last night. No, I can't see myself alone forever. If and when the right man comes along.
Oh, I'll get it.
Greg.
Hello, Vera. I just dropped in to see the Meg was all right.
How are you feeling?
Oh, I'll live. Or so Greg tells me.
I thought you would have liked some company.
Would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
Been working back.
Just wanted to see that Smith and Ferguson had a few extra jobs to do. I don't think we'll be having any more trouble with them for a while. You know, for once Mrs. Davidson did exactly as I would have done. Not before time. Ferguson's parole will be stopped, and Smith will find herself in solitary for a week at least, I should think. You know, the only way these women learn is the hard way.
I don't want to talk about it, not now.
I thought you would have wanted to know.
Oh, it's over and done with. Let's forget it.
What I can't understand is how she kept winning. I mean, every time I took my kings out of my sleeve, she'd top them.
You mean you never noticed? And I thought you was just being polite.
What are you on about?
Well, you're slipping, Lizzie, and I thought you were the card sharp. Look, you were so busy worrying about getting your kings in that you didn't notice that she had aces up her sleeve.
She never.
You've met your match, Lizzie.
Thanks. Well, I'll give that pig to the hospital.
Well, things are going to be real good now that Bea and Monty have been put in their place.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't stand up for ourselves before.
Oh, I tell you, Clara can show 'em a thing or two.
Do you really think there won't be any more fighting?
Yeah, Clara can handle anything.
Well, at least Bea stuck up for me against Monica. I don't know, I don't think Claire would be able to do that.
Oh, Monty'll leave you alone. You wait and see.
I hope so.
Anyway, you still got Lizzie and me, remember?
I think the second year was the worst. The first year I was just out to prove to everyone, including myself, I was going to be the greatest doctor around. But then I discovered there was maybe a little more to life than just dedication to study. It's difficult keeping some sort of discipline going.
Everyone needs discipline. Well, slacken off for a minute in the prison, for instance, and well, look what happens.
I was alluding to self-discipline.
The same thing applies.
Have you never slackened off?
In my job, never.
Not even once?
Well, once is enough. Look, I must be going. Will you be in tomorrow, Meg?
Yes, I will.
Well, good night.
Good night, Vera.
Oh, that's all I needed. Oh, I feel a weak-kneed idiot.
No, you're not. Look, I don't think you should be left alone tonight.
No, I don't think so either.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun and rain are prisoners too. Around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stone, but the road